What happens when the rules of war are thrown out the window? When a humble, unarmed spotter plane is turned into a tank-hunting gunship by a pilot with nothing to lose. This isn't a scene from a comic book. This is the true story of a mild-mannered history teacher turned into a legend of the battlefield. A man they called Bazooka Charlie, and this was his weapon. Meet the Piper L for Grasshopper. Made of wood and fabric, with the top speed slower than some cars. Its job: observation, artillery spotting. It was the eyes of the army, never meant to be the fist. That is, until Major Charles Carpenter got involved. A former school teacher from Illinois, Carpenter was frustrated watching German armor move with impunity below him. His solution was as brilliant as it was unhinged. He strapped not one, not two, but 6 M1 bazookas to the wings of his fragile plane. He wired them to a crude toggle switch in the cockpit, transforming his Grasshopper into what GS would call a bazooka cub. The logic was shockingly simple. Dive steeply, aim for a tank's thin top armor, and let the high-explosive rockets fly. It was a tactic born of pure audacity. But before Rosie the Rocketer was born, Carpenter's aggressive spirit nearly ended his career. In July 1944, near Avranches, he found American Sherman tanks in full retreat, pinned by German 88. Convinced it was a bluff, Carpenter didn't just report it, he took command. He jumped from his jeep, sprinted under fire, and climbed onto the lead Sherman, manning its 50 cal machine gun. He effectively threatened the tank commander to advance. Leading the charge, Carpenter directed the tanks across a bridge and into the town, helping clear the German position in a burst of impulsive, frontline leadership. But in the fog of war, he made a near-fatal mistake. Spotting a shape in the field, he called out, "Tank, fire." It was an American Sherman. The shells struck miraculously, hitting only the tank's bulldozer blade, sparing the crew. Carpenter was arrested and faced a court-martial, possibly a firing squad. Instead of a court-martial, General George Patton saw something else: relentless aggression. He not only spared Carpenter, but gave him a Silver Star. By September 1944, Carpenter was back in the air, now with his fully armed Rosie. The ultimate test came near Ericourt, France. A massive German panzer counterattack was rolling through thick fog, threatening to overrun Allied H. Carpenter found a hole in the mist and saw it: a column of deadly Panther tanks advancing. Below them, a group of stranded American Gs hiding in a riverbank. He didn't hesitate. Rosie went into a near-vertical dive. The first rockets missed. Small arms fire peppered his fabric plane. He pulled up, turned, and dove again. This time, a direct hit. A Panther brewed up, its crew bailing out. Out of rockets, Carpenter landed, reloaded, and went back. Then he did it again, and again. In multiple sorties, he blasted tanks and half-tracks, his daring dives forcing the German column to scatter and hesitate. From below, the stranded Gs watched in awe. This flimsy plane, buzzing like an angry hornet, was saving their lives. That day, Bazooka Charlie was born. By war's end, Major Charles Bazooka Charlie Carpenter was credited with destroying at least 6 enemy tanks from his Piper Cuba feat, unmatched in aviation history. But what happened to Rosie? After the war, she was sold as surplus, her history forgotten, until 2017, when an enthusiast discovered her, painted in civilian colors, hanging in an Austrian museum. She was brought home, meticulously restored, and now sits in her full wartime glory at the American Heritage Museum. The final touch, the iconic Rosie the Rocketer nose art, was lovingly recreated by Major Carpenter's own granddaughter. He wasn't a typical ace. His plane wasn't a sleek fighter. But in a moment of desperation, a teacher and his modified plane proved that ingenuity and courage can change the course of a battle. A story so incredible, you just had to deep dive.